Hello guys, this is ModelRR3102 here, back again on the layout. Hope everyone had a happy holidays or a Merry Christmas. Tonight, I decided to do a locomotive roster update that I done one back in 2013, but it's a little out of date now, I think, so I think I'm going to show one now tonight. So, a couple changes to the layout or locomotive roster. Departure-wise, I have officially retired my Athearn -9 in the Canadian National, number 2574. I sold that unit off in summer of 2014. And then I also officially retired this locomotive as well. Walthers Trainline GP9M in the Illinois Central, number 9174. Great runner. I am selling this locomotive still. I'm asking for $25 or best offer. It is not in its original foam packaging, but it still has its original box. So that's that. Great runner, DCC ready. Now let's get to the locomotive roster. Also, I'd like to note that I purchased a Athearn Genesis Illinois Central SD70 DCC ready back in August, and I officially took it in to Bradley DCC a couple weeks ago to get ESU Loksound installed, custom weathering, LEDs, and also an installation of a Keep Alive. So I'm hoping to have that locomotive back by hopefully mid-March, but no promises. But anyways, let's get on to the locomotive roster. First locomotive to show is an Athearn ready to roll SD45 in the Southern, number 3126. I believe this is the second ever run of the Athearn SD45s in recent years. This locomotive I got for Christmas in 2010. DCC ready. Does not have a decoder. And my plan is to get a TCS Loksound installed in the near future. Do not know when, but that's what I like to do. Then I also have another Athearn ready to roll SD45 in the Norfolk and Western Bicentennial, number 1776. Also got this for Christmas back in 2010. DCC ready as well. My plan is to get a TCS Loksound as well and emulate with that SD45 I just showed, and run them together. Then I have a Walthers Proto 2000 F7A in the SOO, number 2224B, DCC ready, great runner. Got it back in spring of 2011, and currently I have a Digitrax decoder in it. Although I like to get a TCS Loksound installed in this locomotive in the future. Next up is this Athearn Genesis SD70ACe in the BNSF number 9131. DCC ready. Has a Digitrax decoder in it right now. My plan, and I got it at Train Fest in 2010. My plan is to get either a TCS Loksound or a ESU Loksound installed in this locomotive. Right now I'm leaning towards a Loksound decoder because I like to hear more of the K5 LLA recordings on the new full throttle prime mover or file on this locomotive. I also have a TCS Loksound version 4 installed in a Athearn M-2 that I'm about to show. And then I have about a couple ACs and M-2s that I'm about to show that have Tsunami decoders in. So that's that. Then here's a Athearn Genesis SD70M-2 in the CN number 8023. Got it in early 2012. This is the first run of the M-2, second run of the ACs and M-2s combined. This one was the first ever run. Second run, currently it just got installed at Trainfest by TCS themselves for $97. The version 4 of the TCS WowSounds. And I'll be honest, I am very impressed with the TCS WowSound. The only thing I'm a little disappointed is that the guy who installed it, the decoder, accidentally had the motor wires installed in like opposites, so forward is reverse, reverse is forward. And then the day after Trainfest, the day after I went to Trainfest, the decoder started crackling. No, the speaker started crackling, and then it completely just stopped. Locomotive still runs fine, but it's the speaker that is no longer good. Now, I don't think that the motors being wired in reverse had to do with it, but who knows. So that has a WowSound. And then here is a Kato SD40-2 in the EJ&E number 660. I got this also back in spring of 2011. I just installed a Tsunami decoder in, I think, in 2014. Yeah, I think it was 2014. Or maybe it was either 2014 or early 2015. One of those 2 years. I can't remember right now. Then I also have this Intermountain SD40-2W CN number 5247. I believe it was the second run of the SD40-2Ws, and the last one was to get Tsunami sound in it. And this locomotive I got for Christmas in 2012, and like I said, it has Tsunami sound. And with that being said, let's go to the other side of the layout. Now I'm on the middle part of the layout, more like. I have a Intermountain GTW SD40-2 number 5936. This came factory equipped with Tsunami sound. And I got this locomotive, I think, in 2015. I think. I can't remember right now. Then I have an Athearn Genesis SD70M-2 number 8023 Canadian National. This has factory Tsunami sound. Got it at Trainfest 2012. And that was actually my first ever sound equipped locomotive. Then I have this Bachmann GP40 Santa Fe number 6067. First locomotive I technically got when I went back into model railroading. I got it in a Bachmann set. Locomotive did not run good, and it doesn't have a DCC decoder in it, so I decided to now make it a dummy unit. And I think I'm going to scrap it. I forgot to mention in my retired locomotive list, but I have officially retired this locomotive, and I'm probably going to torch it up in 2017. So that locomotive is going to meet the torch. I also have a B unit of this locomotive in that same train set. That locomotive I'm probably also going to torch it in 2017 as well. So 4 locomotives retired, 1 sold, 1 still in the process of selling, and 2 locomotives are going to meet the torch. Then I have an Atlas GP40 Wisconsin Central number 3005. Got it in 2010, DCC ready. I had Tsunami sound installed in 2013, and I just took it into Bradley DCC earlier this year in the spring to get a Keep Alive installed, Soundtrack's current keeper, and ditch lights. And because of that, he put in all brand new LEDs in that locomotive, and I am impressed. Then I have an Athearn Genesis SD70ACe in the NS Illinois Terminal Heritage Scheme, number 1072. Got this locomotive in late 2013 when the first run of the NS Heritage Unit ACEs came out from Athearn. And this locomotive is factory equipped with Tsunami sound. And excuse me for the messy layout again. It's a little more messy with this roster update that I'm doing. In the background I have an Athearn Genesis SD70ACe in the CN number 8101X EMD demo. Got this locomotive back in early 2015. Also has factory Tsunami sound. Then I have an Athearn ready to roll SD45 Wisconsin Central number 7525. Here's the shell. Locomotive is currently laid up for work. I tried to install a Tsunami sound decoder earlier this year. Complete failed because I did not have the soldering tools I wanted, or needed I should say. And I also changed my mind that I'm going to have a ESU Loksound installed professionally by Bradley DCC probably this summer, hopefully. But I gotta get a new truck because the front one turned to be bad. So I gotta get a new truck for that before I can send that to him. Got that locomotive in 2010. Had a Digitrax decoder in it before I started installing the sound decoder, which eventually failed, and now it's laid up for now. Here I have a Intermountain SD40-2 in the Rapid City Eastern Genesee in Wyoming. Number 3423 has a factory equipped Loksound decoder, and I just picked this locomotive up just this past month. And once I get a ESU Lok programmer in the next month or so, this locomotive will get the version 2645 turbocharged prime mover, and thus will have the better sounding P5 as well. Then, this is a Athearn Genesis SD75M in the Norfolk Southern X Santa Fe, number 2805. This locomotive just came out from Athearn in the summer, and I just got it for Christmas this year, and I absolutely love it. Factory equipped Tsunami sound. Problem is, bulbs suck, so I gotta get that changed out. Then, over here, have a Intermountain SD40-2 in the CN Illinois Central sublettering, number 6112. I got that at Train Fest last year. Factory equipped Loksound, and great runner like most of these locomotives I have. And now let's go to the other side, more closer to this side of the layout. Oh, I'd like to point out, this is an Intermountain SD40-2W, CN number 5255. Got it with a DCC equipped no sound back in late 2011 when I first went into DCC, and my plan is to get a Tsunami sound decoder installed in this locomotive. That or maybe a WOW sound decoder, but right now I'm leaning with a Tsunami on this one because I'd like to give Tsunami 2 a try on this locomotive. So let's move over. I know this isn't a good angle, but here's a Intermountain ES40ACe in the NS Norfolk and Western Heritage Scheme, number 8103. This locomotive is equipped with a ESU Loksound decoder. First locomotive I got equipped with Loksound. I got this locomotive at Train Fest back in 2013. First Intermountain run of the GEVOs with Loksound. Then here's an Athearn Genesis SD70M in the BNSF. Great Pumpkin Scheme, number 1474. This locomotive I picked up at Train Fest last year. It was originally the 8197. I took this locomotive into Bradley DCC over the fall, I think. Somewhere in the fall. Had a custom weathered LEDs renumbering of the locomotive to the current 1474 and a keep alive installed. Great job by Bradley DCC on all 3 of my locomotives I have taken in. If you guys ever want something done professionally, like custom weathering or custom detailing, LEDs, or a sound decoder installation, whether it's soundtracks, TCS, Loksound, or just regular DCC, Bradley DCC is the man for you. I recommend them big time. Here is a, I think I said Trainfest 2015. I acquired it. Now here's a Walthers Proto 1000 Elco RS2 Green Bay Western number 302. Currently has a Digitrax decoder in it. Got it back in, I think, 2012 or 2013. I want to think it was 2012, but I'm not 100% sure. Great runner. Haven't ran in a while. But my plan is to get TCS WOW sound installed as well and pair it up with my SOO F7 in the future. Then here is a Walthers Proto GP60 number 7134 in the Norfolk Southern. Just got it at Trainfest this year for under $150 with Tsunami sound. Great deal. Great runner. And like I said, factory equipped Tsunami sound. And I got this Athearn Genesis GP40-2 LW CN number 9601. Factory equipped Tsunami sound. I want to think I got this locomotive back in 2015. I want to think I got it before Trainfest, but don't quote me. Then I have a Atlas NS-840B number 4800. Got this locomotive back in 2010, late 2010. And I had this locomotive get installed with Tsunami sound back in 2014. Great runner, even though this locomotive is technically 10 years old now. But it has only been on this layout for 6 years. So, and it's a great runner. Then I have an Athearn Genesis GP38-2W in the CN number 4775. Factory equipped Tsunami sound. Got it back in winter of early 2013. And then I also got this Athearn Ready to Roll SD60 in the CN number 5414. DCC ready. Got it at Trainfest of 2015. And I just got it installed with Tsunami sound and LEDs and ditch lights, all installed by Engine House Services this year. And Engine House Services also installed the LEDs on this Athearn GP40. And just to let you guys know, Engine House Services is my local hobby retailer. I have taken work to them, although more to Bradley DCC lately, just because I wanted to give Bradley DCC more opportunities. Then here is a Athearn Ready to Roll GP40-2 in the CN GTW lettering, number 6417. This locomotive I got in 2010 when I went back into mile railroading, so it's been a good 6.5 years with this locomotive. Had a Digitrax DH123, whatever the Athearn Blue Box type decoders were. DH80, the ATs, I think. You can't remember. And this locomotive currently does not have this decoder in anymore. My plan is to get TCS WOW sound and LEDs installed in the future. And I have this Athearn Blue Box dummy U28B. Had a guy from my Model Railroad Club give this to me back in 2010. It's a dummy, lettered for Little Wolf Central, a made-up railroad. And I am now part of the club that this guy is a part of. And then I have this MTH ES40-4C4 GEVO in the BNSF number 7033. This got it in the summer of this year, 2016. I got custom weathering and ESU Loksound installed by Bradley DCC and a Keep Alive installed. And this is... And I am honestly loving Bradley DCC's products. I mean, it is hard to beat them. Simple as that. And I think that is it for my locomotive roster update. So let's show you this one, and then showing you guys what it all came and reviewed and showed you guys. And I believe that is it. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys all have a safe and happy 2017, and I'll see you next time.